Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So, as you know, I have been, looking at Harry's writing and trying to sort of read between the lines, trying to analyze it a bit. And I started his book. I sort of taken a break from that right now because this book, it's important. But what surprised me most in the first few pages was to discover so many references to spiritual, to God, and to Satan, and of course wrapping his mother into that, and Prince Philip. And it was kind of surprising that he is bringing all this in right from the very beginning, kind of showing that he's a Satanist, and is on a satanic agenda, in my opinion. And so now it's come up again with this speech. I can't bear to listen to him, but looking at the text, it's actually, I think, better to just look at the text. It's clearer. So on townandcountrymag.com, they have full transcript of the speech he gave. And I just want to point out, I'm not going to read it. You can go read it if you want, but I just want to point out that once again, there are biblical references here. Okay, so he starts out, he refers to Toronto in 2017, which of course is when him and Megalodon were introduced as boyfriend and girlfriend. And then he sort of sets up competition. Let's see if we can do better than Toronto, because he's in Vancouver when he gave this speech. And then he thanks the First Nations. Now, my first thought when he thanked the First Nations for hosting, hosting the year's games there, I thought this kind of the socialists, Carolyn Borisenko talks about socialist communists. They always start each meeting by thanking the Native Americans whose land it originally was, because they're all about being against colonization, And so, but I guess the First Nations were hosting it, so that's why. But it could also be a combination of Harry and Meghan, which we know are pushing the Marxist communist radical, agenda, equity, and all of that. So it kind of goes hand in hand with that as well. So he's speaking to a bunch of military people. And talking about warriors unites, uniting everyone, right? Which is also another theme. Biden talked about uniting, and a lot of the Marxist communists always talk about uniting everyone. Yeah, under a global tyranny, uniting. But anyways, moving right along to the when he starts getting into being spiritual, and actually, at one point, you could argue that Harry is being antichrist-like, because he's tried to portray himself as if he were Jesus, and what he's saying here. So he talks about, we're all 23 different nations. We're all spirit of unity. So there's the first reference, I believe, spirit. Okay, spirit of unity. Everybody together. All the world's religions and faiths. So the globalists, Satanists, want to bring everybody under one world religion, and they already have a weird name for it, and it's led by a tranny. Yeah, that's true. It's no joke. That's what they want to do. So then he goes into. So he starts to talk about spirits, and then he talks about how Invictus was born. How do you think Invictus would be born? You want to support the troops. You want to keep morale up. No. We're talking about Prince Harry, the Satanist here. He claims that the games were born from a promise he made to himself. Me, myself, and I. So the whole reason the games are there is because Harry made a promise to himself. He said a promise to uphold his obligation, a sacred obligation. How sacred is it, or satanic is it, Harry? Do tell. So in the spirit of things, he made a sacred obligation to himself to help do whatever he could to help his fellow brothers and sisters heal. So this is where to me, sounds like he's trying to pretend he's Jesus, because Jesus is a great healer, a physician. But no, Harry's going to heal people, right? Harry, the mentally ill drug addict who lies pathologically, he's a healer now. Did you know? Um, yeah. And then he said, okay, now this is a total lie, in my opinion. Over the past decade, I've lost counts of the times we've heard you tell us that the Invictus Games saved you. Oh, you mean like Jesus saves people? No, no, no. Invictus Games saves people, according to Harry. Less times, don't you know? He saved them. I don't think so. I think it's a total lie. I don't think anyone ever said that. According to Harry, the Antichrist wannabe Messiah here, he claims that his sacred promise to himself was to healing people and saving them, right? Or he's bringing that up anyways. So Harry's claiming this game that was born, the games that were born from him making a promise to himself, he claims people are saying they feel saved. Right. Mm-hmm. So that's what you call it, a straw man argument, right? Never happened, but then he's got to disagree with it. Respectfully, I disagree. So this is the humble brag, humble modesty here. Oh, you're all saying how I saved you with my healing. Because yeah, right up here, Harry says he's there to help his fellow brothers and sisters heal. And Harry's like, no, 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 modest me. No, no, no. It wasn't me, really. It was you. You saved yourself. Yeah. Yeah. So again, I think, being the Satanist that Harry is, he's saying, no, 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 not Jesus saving you. No, no, you save yourself while Harry heals you. I mean, I don't know. Is it just me? But I just think, again and again, there's seems so much biblical reference here, and Harry is seriously portraying himself as some kind of demigod here. Or demon possessed, no doubts. So he goes on how you climbed your own mountain. You didn't give up. And then the scariest, he said that the games reveal what is already within you, the scarcest, not scariest, scarcest, most precious of the world's resources. Character. Yeah, maybe in your life, Harry, because you have none, or moral integrity. Character, moral integrity, I believe he means by that. And of course, again, referencing and then again, a spirit of fortitude and perseverance. I can never be defeated. Or the demonic spirits in Harry. And then that is the magic, the satanic sorcery of the Invictus Games. So it looks like there's some sort of there's some satanic ceremony about the Invictus Games that's used by the Satanists. Of course, the Satanists are the ones behind starting all these wars on false pretenses. And of course, they need to use people to go and fight these wars. And so Harry could be referring to that. Like it's him and his Satanist Masonic buddies who are keeping the wars going. And I've heard they really want their next war. They would push into Ukraine and Russia, but next maybe Iran. But anyways, they just keep the never-ending wars, right? 1984, Brave New World. Never-ending wars. And it's going to help the Satanists bring in their global tyranny. And of course, get wealthy. They all make money from it. But a lot of spirituality in here, and I don't think we know it's not the Christian kind. It's the anti-Christian kind. That's Harry. So then he goes back into healing again. Mr. My mental health is so fragile. I need therapy. One of the most powerful ways of healing comes not from the hospital or recovery center, but from a sense of purpose. Yeah, you notice that he's got all this healing going on. Never any thought of Christianity or religion. He's going on to say here that he's claiming that Invictus Games heals people. He's saying your healing comes from a sense of purpose and a sense of belonging, being a part of something greater than ourselves. So he's actually claiming here that the Invictus Games is healing people. That Harry's a healer through his Invictus Games. That's what he's claiming here. And he's claiming it's because they have a sense of purpose from Invictus Games. Like, if they didn't have Invictus Games, they would have no sense of purpose at all in the world, right? That's what he's claiming. So that's why I say Harry seems to be in an antichrist kind of way, portraying himself as some kind of savior here. I mean, he's saying it. Invictus is going to save you. It's going to heal you. And again, the pathological liar who has admitted to lying multiple times in his book says, at this moment, there's no shortage of crisis, no absence of uncertainty, and no lack of weak moral character in the world. Yeah, like Harry. The values you embody and carry in yourselves, not only at Invictus, every day. Your humanity illuminates a path forward for us all. Oh, you mean like the Illuminati? Like your satanic Masonic brothers there? Illuminate is definitely a satanic word. Used in Satanism anyways for their Lucifer, their light there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I just felt there's a lot of Satanism magic, him trying to portray himself as some kind of savior here, claiming that it looks like there's some kind of satanic ceremony going on with these Invictus Games. I didn't watch it, so obviously we're not allowed to see it in the US anyways. But from the clips I've seen, it's a shizzle show, but there must be some kind of satanic ceremonies going on either during it or maybe at night. Maybe some kind of sacrifices going on. There's definitely something going on here. Harry and Meghan, you know it. And then he quotes Toni Morrison. And then he ends up with, as we embark on this competition, show the world your fearlessness. Well, I think this was a message he was saying for himself. Show the world a challenge to you. It was over here somewhere. So it's behaving. Oh, yeah, right here. The quote he took from Toni Morrison, the last sentence of it is, behaving as beautifully as one can under completely impossible circumstances. So I felt like he was saying there, alluding to that quote a bit for him and Meghan, how they are trying to act like everything's okay, even though it's a shizzle show and everyone knows what they're up to. And they're completely exposed, basically, for what they are. Yeah. So Harry says his message is challenge to the people that he's speaking to and show the world how you behave under completely impossible circumstances. Harry's doing that. He's like, show how you behave. So I think Harry's acknowledging here he's under completely impossible circumstances of whatever him and Megalodon have been trying or are trying to do. And he just keeps going and keeps going. He keeps showing the world his fearlessness, showing the world his grandeur or his grandiose notions in his attempt at victory. Yeah. So that's what it's all about. Harry is, showing that even though Trump won, me and Meghan are still going to hold our head up high and arrogant and be little drug addict lying twats and doing their satanic ceremonies and killing all kinds of chicken and drinking the blood. That's what I see going on here with Harry and his speech. What do you think? Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.